Bonjour, my name is David DeVere. I'm a wine educator and traveler, and you're watching Savvy Nomad TV. This is the Voix d'eau edition. This is episode 7 of Buying a Boat in France. Today, we're taking a boat tour. And the boat I want to show you is a boat that we bought last year in May of 2022. We bought this Kuhnle Werft Kormoran 12.8. Now this is a ex-charter boat, something I said I would never buy, but this boat had all the other characteristics that I liked, and it had been maintained impeccably. Needed a little bit of work, and you're going to see that in the upcoming video, but really it was almost turnkey. We're very excited to be able to purchase this boat. We bought it in Stasbourg from Europe Boat Trading. Link to them in the description. And yeah, last summer, Sara did a little boat tour for you. So now I'm finally getting around to putting that up on the interwebs here on YouTube. So without further ado, let's zip back in time and let Sara take us on a tour of our Kormoran 12.8. It is named is Relax Companion.
Hi, I'm Sara, the other half of the Savvy Nomad duo. Some of you know that Dave and I have been guiding trips in France since 2011, taking people cruising on the canals. And in 2022, along with a few partners, we bought our own boat, and I'm excited to bring you aboard. We're in the marina at Europe Boat Trading in Stasbourg, Alsace, France. And I'm just walking you past some of our boat neighbors to get over to our dock. Dave's over there on Relax Companion doing a bit of repair on the deck. We're kind of tucked in here with a bunch of other boats. I'm going to walk you down there to have a look-see. We'll be moored here for 2 or 3 years. Let's make sure I don't fall down the steps. And we'll be guiding trips in the Alsace region, maybe a couple times a year. We're mainly doing it because we love boating. And here we are, the Relax Companion. It's getting some work done. So Dave's been up on deck grinding away old paint and so on. But I'm going to take you inside. The aft cabin is through this back door, and there's also deck access from the stern tie position that we're in at this marina. And it's not uncommon to moor from the stern versus from the side. It's kind of a big step down, maybe a couple feet, and we don't have a gangplank yet. This boat didn't come with one. But let's go inside. You do have to watch your head as you go in. This hatch does slide, but we haven't been doing it. We're just ducking and walking in. So right down these couple of stairs, we come into the aft cabin, which has been made up in the way it might be when folks come to visit. Something we really liked with this boat is all the storage. So there's lots of cupboards in every room. We've rented boats for many years, and we've often found there's nowhere to put anything. So even here you can lift up the beds from the end, or you can store things in the cupboard. This aft cabin has an ensuite bathroom. It's got a hand pump toilet. This wooden ledge comes down. You can, when you're showering, you can unhook that, set it down, and then you've got a little seat if you need one. The sink actually is a sink and shower combo. So you take this handle out and bring it up to the holder behind the door. That's efficiency for boating. And the boat has beautiful wood doors. Each cabin comes with benefits and drawbacks. And this cabin having its back door, one, you can see your neighbor, but two, if we are stern tide, everybody on board has to walk through your cabin to get outside. But you have an outside door and other folks don't. So is that good? Is it bad? Is it both? Yes. All right, let's move on to the middle cabin. The middle cabin is forward of the aft cabin, and it shares the width of the boat with the kitchen. So here's the kitchen on the right, and also the middle cabin's shower, sink, and toilet. And to the port side, I haven't made up the middle cabin. I wanted you to see what it looks like just plain. This is the side berth. So you can see it's quite spacious. You've got about 1.5 feet of room between beds, a little nightstand, lots of storage above the bed, and a couple of opening windows. Never mind that tape, that's just so things don't fall through while Dave is grinding up top. The side cabin has its own in-room sink, I think to make up for the fact that it doesn't have an ensuite bathroom, although it does have its own bathroom. It also has deeper cupboards in this lower position. So now I'm looking toward the aft and into the side cabin's bathroom, which again is right across the hall next to the kitchen. Let's move into the kitchen. Coming from the aft of the boat, we walk toward the bow, and we come into a fairly well-appointed kitchen. 4-burner stove, lots of drawer space, refrigerator, oven. Sink is pretty decent size, but there's not a lot of room to stack stuff next to it, so that'll take some maneuvering. More storage underneath for trash, and lots of storage on this side, which is up against the side cabin, for food and dishes. We go up these stairs to go up into the pilot house. Moving into the pilot house, once you come up the stairs, you can see down into the bow cabin, which I'll take you to in a moment. The pilot house has a second refrigerator, steering position, lots and lots of windows, which is what we're really loving here. Again, you can see your neighbors, good and bad, and a very nice dinette. All the cushions in the boat seem to have been replaced, so they're all quite comfortable. Nothing has been worn out or is saggy. And from inside the pilot house, you can see the upper steering position. You can see onto the upper deck. Normally we have a picnic table up there, but Dave's got it off to the side while he's working. Let me back up a bit and around to the starboard side. Another door to go outside. So it's great because there are doors on both the starboard and port sides of the pilot house. All right, let's go down into the bow cabin. It's a bit steep, 3 steps down. And this might be, it is, the biggest cabin on board. Now, if you're a boaty person, you'll know that the bow has a funny shape. And you might not mind because your bed will be so big. The double bunk side of the bow, let me back up. There we go. Has the head against the wall that is shared with the ensuite bathroom, toilet, sink, and shower all together with an adorable portal window. And the starboard side has an extra long bed. And the reason it's extra long is because the wall is about 2 feet, has about 2 feet more space. So when we come in around, then you can see back up into the pilot house and you can see how long this bed is. The bow cabin is the only cabin that has a full-length mirror, and the cupboard in there is 4 shelves high, so it holds quite a bit. I wanted to show what happens in the bow cabin. So even though this is probably the biggest cabin, well, it is the biggest cabin. See behind me, you've got the toilet, but there's a bulkhead right there. So I'm just backing up into the bathroom, and people who know me know I'm only 5'2", and that's where the ceiling is. So it's not so bad. You can sit down, but I guess for men, standing and peeing is not an option in this bathroom. Let's go back up to the pilot house and then outside the starboard side door and walk around the bow of the boat. There's 1 step up to go to the bow. The bow does not have any railings. It's pretty great and a little scary. I've got a few things stored up here, so I don't want to trip over them. But let's look back on the whole boat from the bow. Pretty adorable. And I'll take you around the other side. And we'll walk all the way to the deck. So here's again where you can go into the pilot house. And then walking back, there's a few steps, and we do have handrails in this case. And Dave's doing a great job on grinding all those paint chips off. And the deck is pretty big. I think we could have 8 people up here doing yoga. Of course, we only have 6 beds, so we don't want 8 people. But my point is, it's big. Not only can you be up here on the deck, you can go on top of the pilot house. So you can really get some great air and some great views once we don't have everything taken apart. All right, that's the boat.
Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that brief tour of the Relax Companion. This boat is really exciting for us to own. It's an ex-charter boat, but it's so well made, so high quality, and the design is so well done, I could barely refuse it. In fact, I couldn't refuse it. We bought it, and we're really excited to start cruising on it this summer. Now, in the next episode, part 8, I'm going to tell you everything that we spent on this boat in the first year of ownership. What did it cost? How much did it cost to register it? How much did we pay for paint and other supplies? Because we did need to repaint some parts of the exterior and the hull, and we needed to varnish all the little bits and bobs that it goes along with owning a boat. I'm going to describe all those costs in our next episode, and I hope to see you then. If you've enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, I say à tout à l'heure and cheers.